On the surface, Real Steel is a movie about a father and son traveling the country while participating in robot boxing. But underneath that, it is a movie about one man's journey to becoming his best self. Charlie Canton is a former boxer who is now working in the robot boxing world. Charlie lives his life chasing losses, where he loses a big bet, then makes a bigger one to get himself out of the hole, only to lose again. His pattern seems to be that he acquires a robot, makes a wager he can't win, then loses the wager and his robot. When we first meet Charlie, he is driving his truck to a fair at night. He sits inside the truck while the window reflects the world outside. It is bright, it is happy, and it is alive. It is everything Charlie's life is not. The reflection on the glass separates Charlie from the world of the fair. He is cast in its reflection, but he is not a part of it. Charlie is incapable of making responsible decisions. When he shows up to the fair, he is supposed to be fighting a 400-pound bull, but then discovers it's closer to 2,000 pounds. At first he tries to reject the match, but when he senses an opportunity to make more money, he makes a bet that he doesn't think he can win.
Why don't we make this more interesting? My bet against your bull straight up.
How much?
20 grand when it takes off.
Then loses the match because he's showboating for a pretty lady. After Charlie loses yet another fight and another bet, we learn that he has a son, Max, who he abandoned 10 years ago, and that the boy's mother has just died. Max doesn't want anything to do with Charlie at first. But then Max learns that Charlie works in the robot boxing world, which Max loves. I'm fairly certain all kids in this world are interested in robot boxing, especially since this is a kids' movie. But I like to think that part of the reason Max admires robot boxing so much is because Charlie wasn't there to be his hero growing up, and Max desperately needs one. That's why when a sparring bot named Adam saves Max at the junkyard, Max quickly falls in love with it. It's like John Connor from Terminator 2.
The Terminator would never stop. It would never leave him. Of all the would-be fathers who came and went over the years, this thing, this machine, was the only one who measured up.
Though because Max is younger, his adoration is a little more innocent, which is why when he falls in love with Adam, we do too. While Max is hanging out with Bailey, Charlie's ex and the daughter of his old boxing coach, she essentially tells Max why she fell in love with Charlie.
He was toying with Nico, the top contender, number 2 in the world, and Charlie was dancing with him. Pop, pop, bam, pop. Charlie was floating inches off the canvas that night. He's like a ghost. Nico couldn't even see him. I could. He was beautiful. He was beautiful.
When we fall in love with someone, we see them with different eyes. This story shows Charlie at his best. To the world, he was nobody, but to her, he was beautiful. Because Max loves Adam and robot boxing, he asks Charlie to help him get a fight. Max sees that Charlie has a lot of boxing instincts and asks Charlie to use his boxing skills to teach Adam how to fight. Unwittingly, this helps Max make a deal with Charlie to remember his best self.
Hey, come on, let's get to work. Nice!
And as they win, Charlie starts to change. He becomes closer with Max as they share Adam and his success, and they become more like father and son. Then, one of Charlie's bets he reneged on shows up, and beats up Charlie while Max is with him. After this, Charlie is ashamed. He's not alone and can do whatever he wants anymore. He is responsible for someone. And now his old life is creeping into his son's, so Charlie tells his son to go. It's the first responsible thing he does, which is to acknowledge that his old life isn't a suitable environment to raise a child. But it's also the cruelest thing Charlie does, which is to make his son love him, only to throw him away
I
again.
want you to fight for me. That's all I ever wanted.
Charlie tells Max he forgot who Charlie was.
You deserve better than me.
But really, Max made Charlie forget who he was. So Charlie turns back to Bailey for advice and comfort. She tells him,
Go get him, Charlie.
she doesn't mean Max, she means life. And he says the nicest thing he could say to her.
Sound like your dad.
She's like a combination of the two, coach and the person who believes in him the most. It is thanks to Bailey's love and belief in Charlie that, in the climax, Max sees the Charlie Bailey was talking about earlier, Charlie's best self. The one Bailey fell in love with. And now Max sees it too. Real Steel's climax isn't a robot boxing match. It's a battle for Charlie Canton the man. His decision to get up off the mat he's been lying on for so long and stand up and fight to be his best self.
You can't. Now.
We are beautiful people when we are at our best. When our ability and talent radiates so bright you can see us at our core, our soul. The only thing more beautiful is for other people to see it too. To see through all our failings and self-doubt, and never stop believing we can be our best selves. Because it means we can believe it too.